a part of money for the new car. So we would have our new car on July 14th.
Oh, okay. And then you excited?
I'm a bit afraid of it because it's a large car, even bigger than my current car.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna use it.
Yeah, I'm the one who's gonna use it.
Okay. So it looks like it's a family car then.
Yeah.
So are you gonna use that every day, going to work?
I don't think so. I might hide it for a while. I don't want to let my colleagues think about, wow, he's so rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, he drives this car at this age. He must born in a rich family,
Why not?
but I'm not. So,
Well, why you're so humble.
no, really, because even my supervisor, my supervisor's supervisor, they only drive like Mazda
Yeah.
and yeah, Toyota also. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's a bit um, too over.
Well, maybe for some they just think of to be more practical.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, well, who knows? If you're gonna drive your car going to work, you'll be the topic everywhere.
Yeah, I will go to my our company very early.
So you can just hide it.
Yeah, so no one would discover my new car thing.
Well, what if it's your work is done or it's about to go home, so you will stay late.
Maybe at first I think.
So that's really a problem.
Yeah, I just wanna keep a low profile.
Okay, you're too humble for that. Okay, so how's your toy crane? Is it working now?
It's working now.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes it just got a malfunction,
Yeah,
and yeah, you need to take time to fix it. It's a problem.
yeah. Maybe because some of the users, your customers who try to play.
Yeah,
Yeah, for some, there are customers who will just they keep on smashing the buttons.
yeah, indeed.
So if you're gonna see them and that's your own business, definitely you get, oh, why are you doing that? But you can say that directly to them.
Yeah, but I would rather they uh, do everything they wanna do in my machine
Yeah.
because that means they need to pay for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, that's great. Well, and maybe who knows? After this week, next week's gonna be a bit okay now.
Yeah, and the next week I am going to go to a travel, but in Taiwan, another city in Taiwan.
Hmm. So you're gonna do the, oh no, next week.
Next week, next Friday.
Yeah. So you don't have the car yet. I thought you were gonna go for a drive test.
No,
Not yet.
yeah, not yet.
Alrighty. Okay. Sounds interesting. So what you're gonna do to that city?
Uh, what am I going to do for what?
I'm sorry.
I mean, what am I going to do what?
What you're gonna do to that city or to?
So the city is where our university located.
Okay.
Yeah, so there is a friend comes from Macau. He has a vacation, so he asks us if we do we wanna go to our university together?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I say why not? So there are about 6 or 8 people would go to our university that weekend.
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay, sounds interesting. So we're just gonna visit your university.
Yeah, and try to find those restaurants we used to uh, eat
Mm-hmm.
when we are in university.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, hmm. So what are we gonna discuss today?
We haven't finished the episode 2 discussion.
Mm-hmm. Right. Let me just pull up my notes here. Okay, so well, just a review, Sean, from the first episode, because the idea of this, discussing the TV series is to continue learning new vocabulary words. So, what vocabulary words can you remember from the first episode?
From first episode,
Yes.
wow, it's a bit difficult to watch it.
Well, we've discussed, right, some of the vocabulary words.
Yeah.
So,
Then. Mm,
so again, our purpose is not to forget, okay? Our
yeah,
purpose
but
is to increase the vocabulary words by, trying to remember what we have learned or discussed previously.
but if I can see those words, I would remember.
Definitely. I'm gonna do a cheat sheet. Cheat sheet.
Mm. Mm. Wow, I totally have no idea which vocabulary I used to know.
Seriously?
I need to open the episode document, the episode
Okay.
first document.
See, I told you, you need a cheat sheet.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine then.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
there are plenty of vocabularies.
Okay.
Hump,
Okay.
earpiece, which call weak,
Mm-hmm.
and intestine, aura, fixate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alrighty. So here, don't intestine. So don't forget this, okay?
Okay.
Because as long as we move on with the episodes, we need to remember, those vocabulary words from episode 1, episode 2. So everything is going to be mixed up.
Okay, I see.
Okay, good. Alrighty. So can you just give me, or can you ask questions using those vocabulary words? You can just pick one or two vocabulary words.
To make a sentence.
Yes. Or
Okay. Why people keep fixating on this issue on me?
okay, good.
I don't wanna be an old man with a hump uh, in the rest of my life.
Okay. Okay, good. Very good. So going back with episode 2. So we've done discussing up until what question?
Yeah, we don't discuss those questions.
So we're done discussing questions, right?
Yeah, we're done.
So we're now on the vocabulary words. Okay. So formally, so we're done. Time master. Are we done with this word?
Yeah, we have done exercise master.
How about stomp?
Not yet.
Okay. Can you read it?
Don't you think stomp into the meeting room without knocking the door is very rude?
Okay. What exactly do you mean by the word stomp?
Stomp, you make your step hard and big.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat that, please?
Your step is bigger and harder.
I'm sorry, I didn't. I'm sorry, Shaun, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, make your step bigger and harder. I type it here.
Make your step bigger and harder. Okay. Oh, technically it's an action, like stop. Do you know the nursery rhyme when you're happy and you know it? Stop your feet.
Stop therapy?
Stomp your feet.
No.
Oh, you don't know? That's a nursery rhyme. It's actually, well, my daughter loves listening to those nursery rhymes, so I kept on sometimes, having LSS. Do you know what LSS means?
Mm-hmm.
It's a LSS, last song syndrome. So whenever, let's say, you heard a music or a song, and then it eventually, once you're done listening to it or you just heard it somewhere else, then eventually you tend to sing that song. So yeah, so that's actually called last song syndrome. So it's a last song that you heard, and then eventually you are singing that song. So that's actually what happened to my daughter. So every time she's watching those nursery rhymes, even though she's not watching those nursery rhymes, eventually I'm, humming that kind of song.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually that song syndrome.
That's something.
Yeah, so I'll type it here. So the lyrics on that song is that when you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. There. So the way you construct the sentence, if we're gonna use your definition, make your step bigger and farther, it doesn't sound correct.
Okay.
So like this one, when you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. So it's more of like you are stomping your feet. It's like you're stepping it. Yeah, that's actually stomp. Is. So if we're gonna look directly to the definition, stomp. Let me see. Oh, okay. Okay, so on the definition from the dictionary, so it's
Mhm.
similar to what you put in here. So I'll
Walk in angry
just
mood.
So here it says here, breathe heavily and noisily, typically in order to show anger. So for song, so well, it's a nursery song that I'm telling you earlier. So for
Mm.
song, if you stomp your feet, it can be a fast tempo
Mm.
or a heavy beat. That's another,
Another
yeah,
meaning.
example.
Okay.
Okay, so I've added another, um, the continuation of the definitions. Okay, let me see. So do you think stomp into the stomping? It's a continuous action.
Yeah.
Do you think stomping into the meeting room without knocking the door is very rude there? Okay, good. Next. Cervix. Can you read it?
Cervix. I just learned the word cervix from
Mm-hmm.
friends.
Alrighty. What does cervix
It's an organ
mean?
on
Exactly.
female.
So there. So this part is when Ross and Carol are on the, it's like a clinic, right? So there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but what's the difference between cervix and vagina? Is they Are they the same
Let me
meaning?
double check that. This is already science.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because I only know vagina before, but I learned cervix on this episode.
Okay. So cervix, it says here, it's the narrow neckline passage forming the lower end of the. It's more of the passage. Vagina, that's the private part of a female.
Oh, okay.
So,
I see.
if you remember, Ross was actually playing a instrument. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's actually one. It's the instrument that the Albicine will insert it to a female organ, and then it's gonna enter in. It's a passage, right? So if you could,
Mm.
you know, imagine. So
Mm.
it's different from vagina. So again, vagina is a private part of a female. Cervix, it's a passageway.
Okay.
So there. So you good with cervix and vagina?
Yeah.
Alright. So we're already learning about science.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna get married, so definitely you are already familiar about it.
Yeah, and I doubt I would see the instrument by
well,
which used to open
well,
cervix.
technically, if you're in a clinic, those instruments are not actually. Unlike for that clinic, the instruments are open. It's already there. But I think for some, they cover it, with a towel, because those are, of course, they need to keep it clean. Yeah,
Oh,
because well, cervix of females are very sensitive. So
yeah.
unlike in the TV series, they just make it as a fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there. Okay, next. Next word
gauging, gauging or gauging. I don't really know how to deal with this kind of situation when somebody is gauging.
Well, this word, it's actually, it's not gauging. It's gagging.
Or
Yeah.
gauging.
Gag, it's actually, it's like,
You can't breathe.
hold on.
Something stuck in your throat.
Have you tried, for example, if you taste something that it's not good, then you tend to, it's like you're gonna vomit.
You are going to throw
Yeah,
up.
something like that. So that's actually
Uh-huh.
gagging means.
Oh,
So you tend to
okay.
like to vomit. So, for
Okay.
example, if you're brushing your teeth, then you want to brush your tongue. So sometimes if you brush your tongue harder, you tend to gag. That's actually the term there.
Okay.
It's like you're about to vomit. So your answer here is that I don't really know how to deal with this kind of situation when somebody is gagging. Okay, it makes sense. But for you, I'm sorry, what was the definition that you understand in this word?
Someone can't breathe and he wanna throw
Mm-hmm.
up.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, next. Orthodontist.
Orthodontist. I used to wear braces, so I had to visit my orthodontist once a
Okay,
month.
So have you had any braces before? Okay.
Yeah, I do. I did.
So how long did you wear your braces?
About 2.5 years.
Oh, just 2.5. For me, I think it's 3 years.
Wow, you're also
Yeah,
great.
I did because I'm a working student and
Uh-huh.
I'm working on a clinic, a dentist. So my dentist, I do errands for this dentist. So in some way, to pay me back, he put braces on my teeth. It's like I'm his model, something like that.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, because it's actually expensive, but
Yeah,
since my dentist is actually kind, he's good, so he gave it for free.
yeah. How
I
lucky you
am.
are.
I'm really very lucky. And, it's like
Hmm.
if you're gonna go back to your life, it seems like everything it's you know I could say that I'm very lucky. Yeah,
Wow.
even though I was raised, my parents are actually not rich. We struggle very hard, even going to school, especially in college. They cannot send me to college. However, we actually tried our best. Me, my sister, some of my siblings, we really want to go to college. So what we do is to work as a student. So there. If without
Mm.
your own skills and without determination to really to pursue your goal to finish college, then eventually I will not graduate in college. So there. Well, I'm just that
Mm.
lucky.
Yeah.
How about you? Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. But for you, I know you're rich. Your parents sent you to college.
Yeah.
Not really.
I work for my braces expense too.
Oh, okay. So it's not your parents who paid for it.
No, I rarely ask them to give me money. Is I would rather to earn money by myself.
Wow.
That's how they
Wow.
teach me. They think you need to be responsible to yourself. You can't rely on your parents. because one day your parents will gone and you have your own family and you are the one who is going to support your family.
Mm, I like that. You sound dependent or very independent, I should say.
Yeah, if I would say the most important thing they teach me,
Hmm.
I mean my parents, I think they trained me to be an independent
Hmm.
man very well.
Yeah, it does. It sounds. I can sense it. See, I'm trying to read you as a person. Okay. Alrighty. Good. Next. Nausea. Yeah.
Nausea. She feels nausea after eating those pills.
Eating. It's actually not the right term to use.
Having,
Mm, mm,
taking.
taking those, yeah. Taking can is fine. Or you can also say, if they're gonna ask you, did you drink your medicine? Or did you take your medicine there? So take, it's
Take.
also, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll change there. Already. Okay, so what is this feeling? Nausea. What is this?
Still, I think you will feel like you are going to throw up.
Mm-hmm. Or if you have, well, that's actually one of the feelings. If or for pregnant women, especially on first trimester of
Mhm.
their pregnancy. So they feel nausea can also the other term or simple term is dizzy. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
easy, I see.
dizzy. That's a simple term, but nausea is also good. It's heavier. I mean, um, it nausea. It's a combination of feeling dizzy and vomiting. There. That's actually or trying to throw up. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's one of feeling of pregnant women.
Mm.
Yes. I felt nausea when on my first child, but on my second child, I felt a bit of okay.
Because you already get used to
Yeah,
it.
I already experienced from my first child, so there. But um, I felt very, or my body, I turned into, you know, how can you say this? I really, my body really grew big, or I was very fat during that time with my second baby because my
Why? Because
because my OB/GYN asked me to drink or take um, vitamins, I think, so that my baby will grow bigger.
but it makes you bigger instead of your baby.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
I need to take more of protein food instead of carbohydrates because if I ate
Uh-huh.
more carbohydrates, my body will, I'll get fatter instead of my baby. So yeah, but
Oh.
it sometimes it's hard, to balance it. So
Mm.
since I delivered in a cesarean section. My first baby, the cut is just about maybe 5 inches, I think. But now it's a bit bigger, 6 inches. Yeah,
Oh. So it really works.
it did. But then, of course, it's still hard because I'm really
Yeah.
very hot that time. Yeah,
Mm.
there. Next, tilt.
Tilt. Don't always tilt your eyebrow because it makes you look funny.
Okay. So tilt, what does it mean?
To curl your to curl something. Tilt.
Mm, uh, Tilt, if you're going to use that in your eyebrow, it doesn't, the term also is not correct. Tilt, it's more on, for example, for things like, let's say, sofa, chairs, if you need
Oh, tell it
to fit,
do something.
yeah, to fit in through the door, something like that. Let's say you need to put the sofa inside your bedroom, and it's not enough, so you need to tilt it in a slanting position.
Mm-hmm.
So that's more of things. But when it comes to your eyebrow, uh, there is actually a better term for that.
Which one?
Hold on, let me double check that.
Okay.
It's actually better when you say the word raise. Once I, yeah,
Oh,
raise,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
tilt, it's more of things. Raise, it's more, if you're gonna raise your eyebrow, it means, can be the definition of surprise. You can also say mild disapproval. You don't approve something that you say, right? So when someone is trying to say something and you don't agree to, then that's the time you raise your eyebrow. It's like you're thinking you're there. Yeah, that's the right term when we say here. Don't always tilt your eyes because it makes you look funny. So the right term here is actually raise. So can you make another sentence for the word tilt?
Okay. Please help to tilt those chairs so we can provide our guests seats well.
Please help to tilt those chairs. Okay, so again, when I mention the word tilt, you need to, it's in a slope, slanting position.
Mm-hmm.
So if we say tilt those chairs so we can provide our guests seats well, it doesn't sound right.
Tilt is to let the chair open or to close the chair.
Move our cause to move into sloping position.
Oh, okay. So it's not like
Yeah.
this. Please don't tilt the table because it is dangerous.
Okay. Yep. That's better.
Okay.
Okay. Next.
Dreading. Dread. I really dreaded to be injected when I was in kindergarten.
Okay. So, what does dread means?
Dread means you are afraid of something
Okay.
or you are scared.
Yeah. So it's more of fear, right?
Hmm.
Afraid, or you're anxious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here, I really dreaded. I really feel dreaded to be to be injected. To be, it's actually it's like to be. It's in the future. So I feel dreaded to be injected when I was. I really feel dreaded to be injected when I was. Okay. It sounds right. Yeah. Okay. Can you go ahead and read it one more time, Sean?
I really feel dreaded to be injected when I was in kindergarten.
Yeah, that's better. Because when you say I really dread it, it doesn't sound. If when you say this is fear, I really fear, or it's better, I really feel fear to be injected when I was in kindergarten. The thought
Oh,
it's clearer.
okay.
Alrighty. Alright, so we're good with those vocabulary words. Now, what's next is that um, we will try to make a paragraph. Well, I'll just gotta go ahead and give that as a homework.
Okay.
So, homework. So you need to create a story or invent a story and use the vocabulary words. Your blank. So this would be 10 sentences or more.
Okay.
Alright? So, there. Okay, so, well, that's it for the vocabulary words.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions for me when it comes to the vocabulary words, Sean?
No.
Well, on a part of our class record, students also can ask teachers, by using those vocabulary words also. So again, it's one way for us, both of us, to remember those vocabulary words. You're not just learning, I'm also learning. It also refreshes my memory of those words. Because for us, we don't normally or every day.
Use
Yeah,
them.
exactly. Like nausea. You don't say that. I don't say this word to my daughter, even though I talk to her in English. Yeah, I'm just gonna use simple English or simple words.
Yeah, and it's seldom to hear the word orthodontist.
Well, for mhm.
Normally, we say it's
Yeah,
dentist.
exactly, right. And for some, they don't actually know the difference between just a dentist, between a orthodontist. Because for some,
Mhm.
if they're not, you know, aware or familiar, there are some people will just ask a dentist to put, on a braces or put them braces without, learning or knowing that this doctor or this dentist is not specialized in orthodontics. Is that
Okay.
also, have you heard about that in Taiwan? Something like that.
Um, yeah, but I think if you can be an orthodontist, you can also be a dentist
Yes. Hmm.
because they graduated from the same professional field.
Hmm. Well, exactly. Orthodontics, it's actually a higher level of being a dentist. It's a specialization.
Uh,
So it's like for being a teacher, you can teach, but you need to master on a specific subject matter. So like for me, my specialization is in English. For some, it's math, mathematics, or science. So like for
mm,
dentists, so it's like category. So they specializes on orthodontics. But there are really dentists. Yeah.
mm,
So there. Because being an orthodontist, you need to become a dentist. You need to learn the basics, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying here is that they will just go to a dentist. Yeah, a dentist can put braces, but they did not specialize or learn more about orthodontics. So
Yeah.
because, like I've said, I work as an assistant of a dentist, so I also know how the process is because they need to
Mm-hmm.
um, analyze the movement of your teeth, based on the X-rays that they had. So
Yeah.
I was advised that you will not just ask a certain dentist to put braces on your teeth.
Yeah. Even it's cheaper.
Exactly. Because for some, they will just, oh, I think this is it's a good thing. Going to a cheaper price if they will just put on braces. But without knowing, it's not really an orthodontist. So
Mm.
sometimes it ended their teeth are not being fixed, but it makes more, uh, yeah.
Problems.
Because, well, it was straightened. However, what about your bite? Your bite needs to, um, it's not just the formation of your teeth or how it was fixed, but your bite needs to fit also.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't fit, you might have lockjaw, or you may also have, they call it as TMJ. So there, it's the same thing. It's a lockjaw. So if you're talking or maybe eating, or if you open your mouth for a longer period, your jaw tends to be painful. So see, that's another problem.
Mm.
So those are what other people doesn't know about dentists and orthodontics.
Yeah.
Because here in the Philippines there are actually a lot of cases that I've seen in Facebook or in the news about people will just ask or go to a dentist and then ask or put braces on their teeth. Yeah,
And end up in a bad
exactly.
situation.
That's right.
Wow.
So I'm sure in Taiwan, I think it's not. I mean, there are no malpractice. I think. Is it?
No mouth pressing.
I'm sorry.
I don't
I
get it
mean,
in
in
Taiwan.
Taiwan, I think there are no malpractice.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, for dentists, even doctors. Ah.
yeah. Hmm.
So there. Um, so what else?
Hmm.
Okay. So, do you have any other questions, Sean?
Not for now.
So, what else can we add here? Well, technically, we're almost through with it.
Hmm.
So, one,
Okay, so do I need to write the episode 3 document?
okay. Well,
Uh,
I
yes.
haven't sent a copy of it yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, anyways, you have a lot of time. But let me see if I can go ahead and send it to you right now.
Okay.
Alright, so while I'm trying to do it, you may start working on your homework. Yeah, I don't want to waste your time. That,
Okay, but I need to think of a topic for it.
yeah, I'll do. It's the best time for you to think a topic now.
Hmm.
So, okay, so for now, Sean, I'm still currently
Yeah.
working on it, but I need to ping or message Michelle. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't exactly have a copy right now.
And am I the only one who used this difficult copy?
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Well, there are several of you, but for me, yes, you're the only one who's
Oh,
actually using it.
yeah, because as I know, there are many people that have higher English level than me.
Um, yeah, we have several of them.
Yeah, because last time I met them in Taipei, I think some of them can speak English fluently.
Mm, exactly. Um, I had a chance to listen to the class of Michelle
Mhm.
and was able to um, listen to one of his are her advanced students, and you're correct. There are a lot of beacons.
Yeah, and as I remember, there is a flight attendant also.
Yes.
Yeah, and she's already good in English.
um, yeah, because that's actually part of her job also.
Yeah.
So you met her.
Mm-hmm. Mm, yeah, not exactly, but Michelle has mentioned.
Okay. Okay, so I've already noted or informed Michelle. So I'll be sending you a copy of it anytime
Okay.
soon. Anyways, we're gonna discuss it after I mean Wednesday next
After.
week. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so well, that's it for now, Shaun. Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you so much. You have a great day of playing.
Thank you.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Bye.
Bye.